And welcome back to the Sweet Shots podcast. Lucas Johnson alongside Mark Johnson and Chuck Johnson back in St. Andrews for episode 5 this week. Should be another good week. We had lots to talk about going on last week. Mark and myself just getting back from the old Sin City. We left, at least with our dignity, so we got out of there just fine. Good to be back. Chuck, not sure how you survived out here.
It was tough without you two, but I managed.
Made it work.
I did. I'm anxious to hear little Vegas gambling, and you guys couldn't pull through the hockey team. You were there to cheer them on.
But we can do a hockey breakdown, too, on this podcast if you want. But
Yeah, we might turn into a quick hockey podcast. Who knows?
that was embarrassing.
For those that don't know, UND Hall of Fame game took place down in Las Vegas, Nevada here this last weekend. Went to watch them take on Arizona State University Sun Devils.
Hockey Mecca?
The hockey mecca school of, what's that, like Southern Arizona? Something like
Of
that.
Arizona.
Of Arizona.
Well, I mean, GCU has hockey, and probably Northern Arizona has hockey, but this is big-time D1 hockey.
D1.
Mm-hmm.
They share the rink with the Arizona Coyotes.
Right.
Is that a fact?
That is.
Oh, okay.
They're getting a new. Coyotes are getting a new stadium built, so they're sharing a locker room now with college kids.
Okay.
But actually, and I'm not making excuses for our club here from North Dakota at all, but just when you look at ASU and what they can build that program in a hurry. You know, say that you're a young person that has hockey talent and you want to make a road for yourself, and you're going to, you know what, I'm going to choose to go play in a startup program that happens. I don't have to wear boots all winter. I get to walk around in flip-flops pretty much all winter when I'm not at the rink. The student ratio at ASU, male to female,
It's probably sitting pretty good.
I think there's just a lot. They have a lot of things going for them as a new startup program. And then when you go to tier lower than that, the USHL, you know, most of these young men that decided to play at ASU probably had a couple years in the USHL. So it's not their first. It's not like they found some guys off of, Scottsdale Boulevard that were rollerblading.
Just
and said,
pull
hey,
them in.
why don't we have you guys come in and play hockey? I mean, these guys they're really good players.
Well, they had.
Is there any Minnesota boys?
Well, I was just going to say, I think there was a guy from Moorhead their first year. I think it was Carson Cosputta. I played with him growing up.
That's right.
Junior hockey.
Yep.
Oh.
Like he got recruited to go down there one of his first years, kind of bumped around a little bit. I'm not sure where he ended up, if he played or not.
I don't know that either. But a kid from Fargo, Cade Stibbe,
Yeah.
is rostered there. I happened to
Oh, yeah, that's right.
bump into him the morning of the game. Unfortunately, he wasn't going to dress that game. He was pretty bummed. That would have been pretty cool for him to be able to dress in front of all his North Dakota friends.
It was sold out, too. Sold out stadium.
They said
Came
sold out, but there
It
were
was a
open
little light.
seats.
I don't know that I think they had a certain amount of tickets they could sell out, and I think that's what it was.
What do you mean? It wasn't. There's.
Could I have walked in and found a seat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then to me, that means it's not sold out.
There were large
They announced
portions
it.
of the.
They announced it.
They announced it was sold out.
Sold out arena. Yep.
Well, that's just a moving target. I mean, so say the place holds 20,000.
17 for hockey.
17, and then you say, hey, for this game, let's just say 12 would be a good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
If we go above 12, let's just call that sold out.
Yeah.
That's probably what they did.
I think that's what they did. Because that was, we sat by, our seats were literally, we were bumping elbows with the band. It was loud before the game. But then the band split half and half. So at T-Mobile, they call it the Fortress up there, where the normal drum line sits for the Vegas Knights. So half the band, I would guess the upperclassmen, went and sat up there and played up there. And then about 5 minutes into the first period, the rest of the band left because there's a bunch of open seats up there. So by us, there was there was a full open section.
Yeah, and it looked like in the lower bowl, they reserved seats for ASU fans. that didn't get filled, like almost a whole section.
I did notice that too.
And then they because there was about 14 ASU fans in the whole building, which it worked out for those 14 people. They had a good time. But so UND fans moved down to that lower bowl to fill that section. And so, but
that was pretty cool.
Regardless, North Dakota fans, whether it's NDSU football, UND hockey, there's not many fan bases in the U.S. that can do what we do when we travel.
No, we talked about it when we were down there, and it was impressive, the sea of UND green walking around Vegas.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Vegas loves it. They love it. Guy that owned a couple, Fremont Street, there was a party. Chuck, you're familiar with Fremont?
I've been. Yep.
Used to exhibit down there, didn't you?
I did. Yep. Worked the corner.
Statue Man, or what kind of breakdancing?
The worm.
Yeah.
The worm. No, one of the owners of the casinos made a speech down there, and he loved seeing North Dakota fans down there. The live band, it was festive.
It was really cool. I mean, that's Fremont. It's from what I remember it early on. It's kind of turned the corner now with that big LED stuff over the top, and yeah, they did a nice job with it. It was a good time. Many of people stopped. We're like, what's going on? Why is there so much green? And me being a bison, I'm like, well, it's North Dakota, just North Dakota. What do you guys do? Well, we play hockey. Are you good? And at that point, yes,
we were.
At that point, we were. Give us about 12 hours. And we might not be.
That's why you play the game, but that should have been a, I don't know, 6-2, 6-1 game, 6-2 game.
It was looking like it early on. I mean,
on
those
paper
first
up 2-0.
Yeah.
But here's the deal in sport, and I'm going to break it down, and we can either move on or you guys can follow up with this. But I think there's an element of when you're told you're going to win, when you know you're going to win, and then you get up early 2-0. I coached enough squirt hockey that these hockey kids, they're still kids. I mean, it's a I want to say it's a discipline thing, but all of a sudden it's who's going to get theirs. We're up 2-rip. You forget to do the basic deal. I mean, you're faster, you're stronger, you're more skilled than that other squad to a man. Almost every man. And you forget to take care of the basics. Like get the puck in deep. Go down in the corner and work and get it out because you're stronger than he is. You're gonna win that battle 9 out of 10 times. But when you stop doing that stuff and you start making the extra pass, and I'm looking for the highlight goal, all of a sudden, and then it's hockey.
Then you give them hope,
and you give them hope, and all of a sudden they get a good bounce and a favorable, and then momentum switches. I mean, it was diseased. It was bad.
So in case you couldn't tell, Mark is quite the UND hockey fan.
Struck a nerve.
He's just waiting for his call to get on the bench one of these days.
I love it.
Boys, listen here. Here's what we're going to do.
He needs to give him the speech in the locker room.
Well, then
Brooks, he's done it. He did it for the backroom staff at Fargo Country Club. He can do it for the UND hockey team.
Oh, yeah. He did it for my bowling team, too, back in the day, going into the championships.
You guys got jackets for that, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's for another day, but we are all city champs, Mark.
We are. They can never take that away from us.
Yep.
When you're a all-city bowling champ, that's elite company. Elite.
That is a story for another day because that's we're jumping all over here.
We are.
Between hockey and bowling. Who knew we were going to be a bowling podcast too? Talk about that someday.
It's coming.
But I mean, the 2-goal lead's worst lead to have in hockey.
Next one's big.
Can't sleep on it.
But Vegas, anyways, to put a wrap on that, hockey game was fine, entertaining. But LJ and I, we held our own in the big city
in Vegas,
in the city of lost wages.
Are they talking about you still?
I think after Saturday night they were talking about us.
You got on the tables.
Well, Saturday morning before the game, we made some noise.
Is this in a bingo parlor or where were you guys?
Yeah, bingo.
Keno. B52 all over.
Well, we've solved the craps riddle.
Craps was our big.
Yeah,
Craps is our big money
if
maker.
if I needed to replenish
Yep.
the pockets, just found a craps.
Mhm.
Well, technically a video craps game, but it
It's
works.
unbelievable.
Craps is craps.
Yeah, the table minimums there are nuts.
$25.
$25 anytime you
Yes.
want to go play.
Yes. On a
And-
weekend.
Yeah.
It was Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, it's $15 when it's not. You know, you get down in the morning, it's $15 minimum.
So were you playing the bubble craps?
Yeah, bubble craps.
Hit the little button, sitting around the table.
With the team.
Love
yeah.
that.
Come on. Shoot the button or whatever it says.
Yeah,
Press
I hit
the
it
button.
quick just so I don't have to hear the video
Yeah.
woman say that.
Emily was sitting around. She's like, "Can you just hit the button, please?" I was like, "I gotta wait till it hits 17 seconds and then I can."
And then you hit it. Yeah. That's a fun way to do it. And you're kind of at your own screen until the random dude walks up and starts putting currency on your bets for you.
Oh man,
Like I had happen.
that was my 21st celebration,
Yeah.
wasn't it? When we
Right.
went down there.
Yeah. But anywho, so you guys
No, I mean I recap that because that's just comical. Because we're
Well-
sitting, what was that, MGM Grand?
He did it to me first.
yeah, I think he played through your bankroll and then he
Yeah, we're sitting at Bubble Craps, the electronic craps, just the three of us hanging out. This was what was this? Our first day we were there.
I don't remember. It
First
doesn't
night,
matter.
It was early, and we were just trying to have a good time. We were going to the Knights Wild game later on.
Yep.
Just feeling it out, seeing how we're doing. I got no clue what I'm doing because I'm freshly 21.
we're teaching you.
Yeah.
We're showing you.
Showing me the ropes.
Yep, on how to play craps. And a random guy walks up. You know, he was dressed the part.
Well,
He was looking good.
he was
really
he was a professional bettor. Is that what it was?
Well, that's what he said.
That's what he said. But he doesn't. The key that I picked up on was that he told you he told us he bets other people's money.
Yes, he did.
He never bets his money.
After he went through my bankroll, he said that. Well, that's a nice gig. So he played yours, Mark, and I think you finally I don't know if you told him just, "Hey, I'm good, thanks," or how you got him out of there.
I think I ran out of money. I mean, I was doing fine on my own.
Yeah.
And he's got this cig hanging out, and he's next to me, and he's like, "Why aren't you on this? How about this? Why aren't you doing this?" I said, "Well, I don't know. This is the way I play,
Yes.
and it's working for me." I mean, if my deal set at 120 credits,
Mhm.
dollars maybe $120, but I started with 20, so that's
Exactly.
pretty good.
Exactly.
But he's looking at that like maybe I start with 500 and I'm down to 120, so he's going to save me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's dragging, dropping fives and drags
Yes.
and dropping
He was
tens all over
pulling
the
down
Everywhere.
He was pulling down menus I didn't even know existed.
Yep.
Yes. And all of a sudden it was about 3 rolls later and I'm out of money. And yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yep.
That,
Then
you got to
meandered
have
over to me.
Yeah, you got to have money on the table to win money, I
Yeah.
think is what he said
Yeah, it did.
in a different accent.
And I knew he was helping you, but I didn't know how things were going really. Then he gets done with you and then he wanders over to me. Same thing. I'm up.
Same deal.
I'm up. I got a nice little bankroll going.
You were up more than he was.
I was. And all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, no. And he's just touching my screen and sliding tens into spots. I'm like, "What?" Pretty soon I got 100 plus on the table and it craps out. Oh. He goes,
Well,
takes a puff of his cig. That's a tough one. Thanks.
well, didn't he? I mean, it was working for a little bit because I remember he goes to you. He goes, "We're gonna get up 200, and then we're gonna
I was
move
up
on."
180. All I had to do was win
that's
me
why he
20
was-
more bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, big talker. Thanks. Yeah. So anywho, that guy wasn't around. He left you guys alone this time?
If he was, he wasn't at Park MGM.
Okay.
Which I love because there's no smoking there. It's fantastic.
It's pretty real. It's laid back over there. Yeah.
You got a little bit of everything there.
Yeah, I mean, I was. Let's see. So that Saturday was probably our best day, and it was Saturday midday that we found the first craps table, and I think I was already down. Well, I was down 80 from the night before, but I had caught a hot dice, got back up to square, and then I think you joined,
Yes.
Mark, and things just took off from there.
We held the dice between the two of us for 45 minutes.
It was
Oh, wow.
probably close to an hour.
That's nice.
Yeah. We made friends. People
was
liked
good.
us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You were calling shots.
I was. What I mean,
What do you need? What do you guys need?
I'm looking through the bubble to the gal across the way. What do you need?
Yep. Calling it.
She thought I was saying something else. I'm like, no, I'm
No.
not serious. What are you looking for?
Right.
An
You
8.
need an 8? I'll get you an 8.
Get you an 8.
He
That's
did,
how
too.
hot we were.
He did.
Yeah. Who would a
That's
4 hurt right now?
Yeah.
Who
What's
would
a
have
4?
I mean, the
No,
points 4. It's
His,
like,
his quote of the day was, well, we just had a 10 and he called it. He said, how about a 10?
And he
Here's a
nailed
10,
it.
right?
Nice.
Couple more rolls go by. We establish 4 as a point.
Yeah.
So now 4 needs to get rolled.
Yep.
Couple rolls go by. We're winning. It's fine. And he goes, I mean, what's a 4 anyway? It's basically a 10, just smaller. I was
Okay.
like, yeah, with that logic, he can't be beat. Here's a 4. Why not?
And you hit it.
yeah, it's pretty rare when you get into that type of roll, holding dice between a couple guys for almost an hour and you're calling shots.
Yes.
I mean, in golf, that's like being a lot under par
Mm-hmm.
through 14.
Yeah, it's like you get a 15-foot birdie putt and you start walking it in halfway.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
That's what we were for a while. And then we parlayed that into sports betting. I hadn't really done that before.
Yep.
I mean, you get a ticket and then you bring the ticket home. The 98 Vikings was my famous ticket that
Right.
I was probably one of the few Viking fans. I shouldn't say this out loud, but when they lost the NFC Championship game,
No, you didn't. Don't even go there.
I was sad, but I also couldn't find my Super Bowl winning ticket. And it would have been really hard had they won that game and then gone on to win the Super Bowl. And then I had I put $20 on them that August before the 98 season
Yeah.
to win the Super Bowl.
I remember that.
And I couldn't find my slip. I never did find that bet slip.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so anyways, but we had a personal MGM sports gambling expert reel us in and then help us get the new app
On your phone.
On the
Yep,
phone.
and explain everything how
MGM.
we played. Before we knew it, we were putting what we thought. We were told the minimum bet was $20.
That I cannot believe.
She lied.
Yeah. She's like, your first bet has to be $20.
What? No.
Has to be. And then the excuse is like, well, it's $20 because if it's not $20, the app can get a little buggy and we don't want you coming back here and saying, hey, the app doesn't work. And
That
it's
seems fishy.
Like,
Yeah, because after that, I was doing $3, $2
Yeah,
bets.
yeah, it was $5. So it was fishy.
Okay.
But the $20 was well spent. I think we laid down the same
On the
first bet
Vikes.
on the Vikes
to cover?
to cover, which they never cover.
No.
They never go 3.5 points at home though against Cardinals.
Yeah.
Plus,
Nice.
what made it sweeter is she was a Cardinals fan, so we told her what the bet was
I
going
love
to be,
it.
and she was like, I don't know. We're like, no,
Yep.
they'll cover
Interface. We just
$20. You want
Yep.
you want $20? Here you go.
How about some futures? Do you have Masters picks?
yes, and that's where ultimately we were trying to get to on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some, and you know how that app is really glitchy
Yeah,
because right now
is
it won't
yours
even
glitching?
it won't even open.
Are you on the company Wi-Fi here?
No, do we allow sports gaming?
No.
on company Wi-Fi?
No.
Maybe that's why it's blocked me out.
I'm certain it is.
Yeah,
Kill your Wi-Fi.
I'm off.
Could
I'm
talk
off
to the
Wi-Fi.
IT guy.
Well,
Maybe get that fixed.
I did Masters picks,
Love it. Let's hear it.
and
Like me last year.
I think I got Seamus, and this is before I even knew that he won.
Good call.
You took Seamus, huh?
Oh yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
He's got to be like a 75
that's
to
got
1.
to be a good return.
yeah. It was
But,
good. It wasn't that good, but it was good.
How about Jason Day? Could we have bet on Jason Day?
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll pull it up.
So I placed some wagers on Masters, and I went just kind of these guys that you're like,
Mhm.
I went odd. I just went odds. I didn't pick any of the guys
Yep.
probably in the top 10,
I like it.
thinking it's gambling
Tom Hoey's in the top 10 for betting. Do you know that?
at the Masters.
Oh wait,
No,
no.
Maybe this week.
he wasn't even listed.
What
the
is
Masters.
this? Now I can't even find the Masters.
He was not. He was not listed for the
So he's
Masters.
considered the other.
Oh, they took it off.
Probably
so-
because of my
so-
wagering.
Yeah. So
I'm certain.
now that you
Sharps.
got the Mayakoba coming up,
Yeah.
that's the only golf futures you can bet on the app. So I was thrown for a loop there. I apologize. That's my fault.
Yeah, I went. I went guys like trying to think. Australian or not Australian. Came out when he was a teen. Not came out. He turned professional when he was a teenager. I don't know.
Wow.
We're not breaking things down that way. He turned professional when he was just a teenager.
From Australia?
No, he's from Great Britain. At a British Open.
This is kind of fun. I'm trying to think who this is.
Blonde. Signed an autograph for you at the PGA Championship at Hazeltine.
Plays in the Masters. So he's a solid player.
Really good player.
How old of a guy?
He's got to be 40.
Oh.
Late 30s.
Justin Rose?
Yeah. Justin Rose.
How did I know that? I didn't.
Off
Know,
of
I didn't.
that?
I didn't even know that he
Blonde?
turned pro out of high school.
Yeah,
or
he was
whatever.
like 18 at a British Open.
I like the
Huh?
kind of like the pick. Is he
Yeah.
still playing?
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
And his
No,
odds
he's
are.
solid.
He's like 3 years removed from being a champion, from players champion. Or
Yeah. No, he can still play.
Oh, okay.
And his odds were fantastic.
Okay.
Another guy, another Great Britain guy,
Here you go. Guess the golfer. This is
I
gonna be a
love
right.
this.
This is
fun.
gonna be a
every
recurring-
week. Let's do this.
big forearms.
Did he come out too?
Big
Big forearms.
forearms.
Oh, Casey.
Paul Casey.
I'd never play that guy again.
What
in
the
the
heck?
Masters
I know,
after
but-
it's 86 he shot.
I know he was going to win this tournament. He
Popeye.
through 3 days he was unbeatable.
I want to know why big forearms was such a key word for you.
I'm into big forearms.
No, well, that was one of your analytics tools a couple years ago
Right.
when we were.
Looking for nothing but big forearms.
Actually, the length of
Oh,
the
geez.
what do you call the bone that goes from your elbow to your wrist?
I think there's two of them in there.
It's not the femur.
No, that's wrong extremity.
That's the leg.
So there's
Well, it's radius and ulna.
so as a golf instructor, Lucas, you should probably know this fact that there's data that supports how far you hit the golf ball by the length of your forearm.
There's my problem.
It's a lever. It's a lever
leverage
thing.
deal.
We should
Yeah.
get Kennedy on here and he can break it down for us. The physics
The
of
physics of it.
the
Yeah.
forearm.
You got any more that explain to us?
But
Try
Paul-
to describe?
So I picked some guys
Paul
like that
Casey.
that are off the radar,
Mhm.
but the Masters, you just never know what's going to happen.
And both
there.
of those guys have had plenty of rounds at Augusta.
A lot of rounds,
Yep.
great experience.
Yep.
And then, Zalatoris, you got to pick Zalatoris, that guy.
We took Will.
Yep. I took it. I've had him in the last 3 years. Second
Mhm.
place,
Mm-hmm.
top 5. I got a good feeling this year.
Could you have bet on Tiger?
Oh, yeah, 4,000 to
Yep.
4,000. He's a 4,000.
Plus 4,000.
What does that mean?
On $100, you make 4,000. So on $10, you'd make 400.
Yeah. So I took guys that were actually worse or better odds. Would it be worse odds if you if you make more money? Is that worse?
It would be worse odds.
Is it worse odds though?
Well, yeah, because they're odds to win. So if you have better
Right.
odds to win,
Yeah, I suppose. Okay.
then you take the worse odds. Maybe.
I was looking for the home run. So
I like the home run.
I went more gut feeling. Will Zalatoris, he's my guy. I think I haven't had the chance to mention him on here yet, but I've mentioned it other places. Rory McIlroy, also my guy. 2012.
Yeah, but what is he? 2-1? He's
Right.
got to be the favorite.
No, he
is the favorite.
He was not the favorite, but he's only plus 1,000.
No.
Rory McIlroy's the favorite.
He's got to be the favorite.
John Rahm was second.
Maybe. Either way.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy.
Solid.
Career Grand Slam.
It would be.
I waited 2.5 hours when we went to the Masters, Mark, for his autograph in 2012.
Did you get it?
I did get it.
Yep.
I got interviewed by a lovely Asian couple afterwards. I don't know if you remember that, Mark. They
No, I
pulled
don't.
me aside. Yeah, it was interesting. I got his autograph, and then he promptly missed the cut. So
He owes you.
he owes me.
Uh-huh.
And then my gut pick, my home run, Mr. Ricky Fowler at plus 8,000.
That would be something.
Cavity backs and Butch Harmon. Here we go.
I like it. Throw it out there. Assuming he plays.
So what's happening with the live golf guys? So they're listed on
Yeah, they were listed on the odds. Masters has not come out and denied them entry. The Open Championship says it will not close its door to them.
Mhm.
So one of the 4 majors will have all of them. So you would think that's going to put some pressure on the rest of the majors to hang around.
And for those that don't know, the Live Tour is a new tour that plucked a number of people, coerced them to leave their tours for money.
Money talks.
And
Money
Dustin
talks.
Johnson, we just saw through 7 events,
Yeah, it would have been 8 events,
8 events. Was that $23 million?
$35 million.
30. And he hasn't won.
He won once, I thought.
Oh, did he?
Well,
Didn't he?
he won the individual, I think,
Yeah.
overall points.
Oh.
And so that was $18 million. I think he had 2, like, second place because that was $4 million.
Okay.
And then he has the best team, however their team stands.
it,
That's the one
Tim
thing I don't
Reed?
get.
I saw the picture.
Pat Perez, I
Pat
think, is on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
I'm
The-
fine with
the
them
whole
not
structure-
allowing him in.
are you
I am
not allowing them?
not allowing. Send a message. Let's go.
It is tough, though, because you want the best players in the world. And I'm not saying that all of the golf guys are the best players in the world, because they're not. Statistically, they're not.
there's
Their
some
average
solid-
ranking's like 89.
Yeah.
So, but, you miss out on guys like Cam Smith, Koepka, who's a major
Yeah.
nut.
Yep.
That was
They're going to
wrong
let
word,
these guys
but-
play. They
Yeah,
have
they
to.
are.
They're going to let them play.
Yeah, they will.
I don't know. These guys, they're independent contractors. Now, a tour can set their own rules as to number of events that you have to play to be a member. But can you tell somebody what they can do on their days off?
Right.
It seems very like Russia-esque.
well,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
But these live golf guys, they're no longer independent contractors, so because they're getting paid to show up. So when that would just be
At
an
that job.
employee- at that job,
At
yeah.
that job.
Yeah.
But for the
Oh, but
PGA
for the-
Tour,
okay,
Right.
yep.
their rules are you got to play whatever it is, 17 times. I don't know if that's the number, but they're saying you got to play this many times
To
check
be
the box and
eligible.
say I'm a
Yeah.
full-fledged PGA Tour member. And then beyond that, what if you wanted to just go deep sea fishing the rest of the time?
Mhm. Or go play
Well, they don't
craps.
care.
Or go
Yeah.
play craps or something.
Yep.
Right now they're saying nope, you can't do that.
Mhm.
You can't do that. Craps ultimately we see that as a competitor to the PGA Tour.
Right.
I kind of got a problem.
Things are
with
going to
that.
change there, though, right? Don't you think that's going to have to?
Something's got to give. I mean, it's just it's eating a sport.
Yeah.
Right. It's not doing anything good for the sport. People can argue one way or another. I just don't see it benefiting. They haven't drawn, I think their big super finale or whatever at Live drew 55,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Which
But they don't need to. I don't think they're doing it for that. Which goes back to the country. Is it Saudi
Saudi.
Arabia?
Yeah.
Saudi
Saudi
Arabia.
money.
I mean,
Yeah.
what are they doing? They're using sport to try and just maybe cover up some stuff that's not so hot, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got the
Put
term
them-
sports washing. So without getting into it, but yeah, I mean, I think ultimately you look at, what the guys originally wanted to go over there for, being less golf and more money. A lot of these guys, that was their best option. They didn't. I mean, it was not to be too harsh, but they were irrelevant on the PGA Tour.
Yeah,
making couple $100,000 if that, and then got expenses on top of that, where now they're guaranteed multi-millions. So they get on the right team, more multi-millions,
Like Pat Perez.
like Pat Perez. And now all of a sudden you're relevant.
He's good TV though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But the interesting thing will be because they have their 38-person field or 42-person field or whatever that is. And all these guys they got over there that were, we'll call them lower echelon players, they got over there by saying, here's guaranteed money, here you're playing golf. And now they're having to rotate those guys out. Not necessarily rotate, but kick them out. And these guys, they can't, there's not a tour to go work back on and get back on to Live right now.
You're the pick to play or you're not.
Or you're thrown out. But we don't know what's going on. I think there's a couple articles out there that are probably highlighting this issue. I know Alan, what's his face? He did an article on Phil, the big expose. Ship
Tuck. Yep.
I think he dug into that and the great Aces of Golf, I think is what Monday Q info, Monday qualifier info. He does.
Well, I'm
some
sure
great stuff, but
we'll get into live as things start playing out here.
yeah, I think that after this offseason, it'll be really interesting to see where they go. But Masters bets. To your point, Chuck, I guess I really didn't think about that. Hopefully, Ricky plays in the Masters.
Oh, he'll play. He's going to win an event here coming up, so he'll get in. You don't worry about it.
Was it top 50 in the world get into?
Top 50. Yes.
Yeah.
In the Masters.
So he's only 100 away.
All right, here we go.
We still that high? No
I'm
way he's in
feeling
the
good.
top 150.
I'm feeling good.
I don't think he is.
No
But anyway,
way.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. He's going to have a great year. He's going to bounce back.
Are we
If he's
jumping?
not playing, his odds should have been way better than plus 8,000. Or worse.
Worse. Yeah.
There's a chance he's not even playing.
Well, don't worry about it. There's how many more
Whatever.
months? 5 months?
I won enough
He's
money
got
in
time.
Vegas. That's covered anyway.
How about last week's draft? DraftKings.
Yeah,
Can we go there?
Let's hope.
I don't
Let's
want to
start talking.
Because we're all tied at one win
1-1.
apiece.
Yep.
Which method's going to work? I mean, only in the long run.
It was not, I will tell you right now, it was not cuts made and fantasy points per game. Namely,
That didn't help you.
that did not help me. It was not my method.
Well, I was coming off a win.
You
I
were,
remember.
you-
I had got my game in shape, and I had a solid squad, guys. I was in the top 25 of my pool at one time.
Oh,
At one time.
Jeez.
Saturday.
You were also winning a couple $100,000 at one time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's where you want to be going into Sunday, guys.
Well, at the end
All
of
right,
Sunday.
all right.
Understood. And then Russell Knox went +2 on the weekend. That hurt me, but I had all 6 of 6 make
Make
it.
the cut.
That's
Good.
key.
Good for you.
Mhm.
Plus the winner, Seamus. Got to have the winner.
I'd Seamus.
I know you did. Patrick Rogers finished 3rd. Where I'm most proud is Aaron Baddeley, the old timer, finished
Mhm.
6th.
The Grizzly vet.
He was in 2nd at one time. My points were 568 for the week.
Wow.
568.
What,
568.
Can I ask what that net you?
I 3x'd. So my
Oh, nice.
yep from my bet. I like that.
3x. What does that mean?
3 times his bet.
Oh,
3
okay.
times I bet.
That's you do that. I mean, the guy could make a living doing that.
You could.
You
Unless
were
you're betting
you were
just
what?
quarters.
5 what?
68.
568. I had 453, which is a solid week for a guy that only had 2 guys miss the cut.
You had 2 miss.
2
Mm.
miss.
Mm.
I still,
Mm.
in some games, that would have made me some money.
Hey,
But
what
the game that I happened to choose, it was like the top 30 out of 10,000 were
Hmm.
winning. But Seamus, I had Seamus. You know, the guy you guys kind of mocked and ridiculed me for, Brian Gay.
I
Ty-
didn't know such a thing.
Tie for 11th.
That's
He's a past
solid.
champion. He's unbelievable track record there, but he was
Yeah.
coming off a wrist injury.
That's the guy.
He was,
Remember?
he was on fire at one point, right?
66,
Yeah.
66, 66. 3 in a row. That's how he opens that tournament.
Yeah.
73.
Ouch.
But that's solid.
Tie for
That's
11th.
good playing. That's
Yep.
good playing.
I went course history.
Yep.
Van Ruin was on my team.
Yep.
Did he make the cut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. He didn't play well on the weekend, but 66, 66. I had all my guys were shooting. I had a good team to start with, but I had a couple guys miss the cut. To your point, Chuck, you gotta find a way to get 6 guys to make the cut.
Mhm.
You really do, because then that's your point machine for the weekend.
That's right.
Yeah. That would have been really, really good to have. I mean, half my team missed the cut. So I was out from Friday. That was bad. I mean, I look, Mark Hubbard, slow start, 1 under par
He's
on
on
the first
tour.
day.
Mark Hubbard.
How is
He's a
still
great
playing?
guy. You get off Mark Hubbard, okay? He's a great guy. Resting up for the next one. He shot 400 in round 2, so it's there.
Mhm.
Just didn't have it the first day. Joseph Bromlett, 6 under the first day. I felt really good. Actually, after the first day, 1 under, Mark Hubbard. Okay. Then I got S. Kim, Young
67 the
Kim,
first day.
67.
Yeah.
Eric Van Rooyen, 66. Zhang Dao, 65. Joseph Bromlett, 66. CT Pan, 66. Okay? Sitting really good.
Yeah, you were.
Let's go to Vegas. Mark Hubbard, 4 under. Okay, miscut. Zhang Kim, Seyoung Young Kim, 1 over, miscut. Eric Van Rooyen, there's a 5 under. Okay, Zhang Dao, 6 under again. Hello. Joseph Bromlett, even par, miscut. CT Pan, 4 under. So now I'm out. 3 guys missed the cut.
Did you have 2 at 4 under?
On the second day.
Mm-hmm.
9 under.
What was the cut? Was it 4 under?
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, Kim was 3
No,
under. and missed
it
the
was
cut, wasn't
it was would have been like 6 under because Joseph Bromlett was 5 under and he missed the
cut
cut.
was 6 under par.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are good.
But I mean, Zhang Dao. Let me just talk on him because he actually made the cut for my next team. He goes 6 under, 6 under, 4 over, 4 under for a T17 finish.
Think of what it was. Saturday would have been even.
I know. Then you're going 16 under par. I don't know. What did Seamus shoot to win? 20?
I don't have that in front of me.
Oh,
It
I got
says
it.
it says it on there.
I got it. Seamus, he was 19 under par.
I mean,
There you go. He's right there.
And he
Right
shot
there.
70 the last day. He was only 1 under the final day.
yeah.
Wow.
I just had guys not show up Friday or
That
Saturday.
happens.
So that was too bad. But things changed this week.
Yep. We're jumping into this week.
Yeah, unless you want to
Nope.
clean up on anything last
No,
week.
I just want it noted that I'm up 2-1 now.
Yeah, well,
Well, you
2 in a
were in
row.
last.
2 in
you
a row.
were.
2 in a
Yeah.
row.
2 in a row. Let's go.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enter. You guys watch SpongeBob, right? Have
Yeah.
you seen the little clip where SpongeBob's like standing at the restroom at the beach? He's got the bubble friend. He's like walking his bubble friend around or whatever, and he puts him in the porta potty. He turns around to the guys in line. He's making everyone wait in line. Turns around to him and he goes, "My friend's in there." And the guy just goes, "Congratulations." It's one of my favorite clips.
I haven't seen
I
that
use
one.
that so much. Anyway, that's probably going to get cut from the show.
Where are we
Anyway,
playing this week?
This week we're going to Mayakoba.
Oh,
Mayakoba
that's right.
Classic.
We're in Mexico.
Riviera Maya.
It's windy there.
It's,
Greg Norman designed.
which is an interesting point. We touched on live golf,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's like
He is
heading
the
up
guy.
live golf,
Yep.
and now we're playing a Greg Norman course. So
Yep.
kind of ironic there. But also to be noted that this week we're back. We got some powerhouses in the field.
Yeah, it was evident.
Yep.
Right away when you
Yeah.
looked at the roster.
The price points on there.
Yep.
Yeah, big name coming back. Victor Hovland, back-to-back champion, looking for a three-peat. Great guy. Never stops smiling. One of my favorites. Young talent. Chuck, I don't know, in your research on course.
Yep.
You know, from what I've seen, it's a pretty it's a tropical course, we'll call it. Nothing too out of the ordinary between this one and some of the other ones.
Again, not overly long. So you don't need to be a bomber.
Mhm.
Just over 7,000 yards. So I'd say stroke gain off tee versus the distance is going to be one of those keys. And then I'm just looking at the previous winners, just strokes gain tee to green is what I'm going to focus on.
Mhm.
Those
Overall, tee to green.
Yep. Go out there and do a search on strokes gain tee to green. And of course, a Victor Hovland is going to be up towards the top. That's why he plays so darn well here. That's what I'm doing. That's
Yeah.
the stat I'm going on.
Yeah, to your point, you don't have to be a bomber at this course.
Nope.
Which I think is easy to get lost in now. But at the same time, I mean, looking at some of these previous scores, you got to be able to make birdies here.
That's right.
23 under par is what Victor Hovland shot last year. So it's not like you can't make birdies here not hitting it well off the tee. But to that point, he also hit like 84% of his greens last year or 2 years ago. So you gotta, I mean, it's strokes gained approach, strokes gained off the tee. I think that's a good good thing to look at. Another interesting point. Looks like we got another chance of weather rolling in this weekend down there. A little chance of rain and some winds.
Well, historically, it does blow. It does blow there a little bit.
Yep.
So again, if you're going to be somebody that's going to play a daily, you may want to look at morning tee times. Pick a team that's loaded in the morning, but you might want to watch forecast too. If it looks like it's going to rain and front comes through, Calcutta Clipper comes through in the morning, you might want to go afternoon. But if it just looks like it's going to be a regular day there, you'd want a morning team.
How about, did you guys do any dailies last week?
I did not. I was busy.
Yeah,
no, I didn't either.
Yeah, well, for how much we talked about it, that's too bad. I probably should have. With 3 guys missed the cut, I'll fall on that sword.
I fell on a little analysis here with our friend, the defending champion.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's hear it.
His last event, which was at the CJ Cup, I mean, back when Chuck was
there on site.
Yep. He was outside the top 50 in strokes gained approach that event.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oof. So not in solid form.
But he hit 86% of his fairways.
So he's driving the ball well.
But he was
where was his last event? Does it say?
Yeah, it was CJ Cup.
Oh,
CJ
yeah. I
Cup.
blanked out. Well, I mean, that one that was a long golf course, wasn't it?
His iron game was off that week.
When you're hitting a long iron into the greens, this is under 7,000 yards.
He was outside the top 50 for that event. That's all I'm saying.
That's not going to get it done.
No, I'm hoping. I mean, here with the you're going to have a shorter irons into these greens. I think you can get it done. I wouldn't necessarily rule him out, but I will say a 3-peat, that would take some special magic, especially with some of these guys coming in. Scotty Scheffler, for all that he has been playing, and I know it's beginning of the season, but this is his first event since not being number 1 ranked in the world.
Chef?
Yep.
So I read an article saying he did a putter change at the CJ Cup.
Oh, did he?
You guys know that? And he went to the Scotty Cameron, the mallet type.
Really?
Yep. He
Oh.
lost 4 strokes putting at CJ.
I can't believe, I mean, you're number 1 in the world and you're switching up putters.
Why would you change anything?
I don't know. You guys are the pros. I'm just telling you what I read.
I shouldn't comment on this. I change putters every 5-footer I miss. So,
However, I don't know. Is he known for his putting?
well, I mean, he's got a custom Circle T Scotty Cameron with the blade, and he's won numerous times with it.
I
So,
guess there's nothing wrong with the guy experimenting a little bit.
Okay.
You're number 1 in the world. He's not living and dying with the CJ Cup. Might as well give it a try.
try it out. It'll be interesting. Did you see what he was using? Is he sticking with that this week, Chuck?
I have not heard.
It'll be interesting to see Scotty Scheffler putter.
Yep.
Okay, I'm super excited about my team this
Me
week.
too.
Are you?
I'm giddy.
Anyone pick up Jason Day?
No. Well,
I did.
maybe.
I did.
I like it. So, that you look at it and there's 6 players over 10,000.
I did notice that this week, and we talked about it 2 events ago when Rory McIlroy was the only one. So this is interesting that now, because you got a lot of money being thrown around.
So there's some game theory here in that you can go into an event like this and go, yeah, any of those 6 players honestly can win. Any of them. You look at those names, right?
Right.
Then you look at the 9K guys, and that's obviously going to save you some money.
Mhm.
There's a solid group in there as well, right? Inclusive of Jason Day, your
yes,
guy.
sir.
Hoagie's in that group,
Yes.
arguably playing as well as anybody in the field when you look at strokes gained, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's won before, not here, but he's won. He knows how to win. So you can go at it where I'm going is try to get somebody in that 10K or above, but then you're really going to be a little bit handcuffed and you're going to have to find guys in the 6 to 7Ks.
Mm-hmm.
There are some players in there,
There are.
but you're taking a little bit of risk. Or you go and say, you know what, I'm going to load up and go 2 guys in the 9K as a target, right?
Yep.
Avoiding the 10K and above, but then you're taking a chance that Hovland doesn't 3-peat or
Right.
Chef
You
doesn't.
got the guys that are
Yep.
statistically looking like they could win.
I found a way to have my cake and eat it too. on
Okay,
this,
I'm
to your point.
Let's hear it, Mark. What's your?
I get to kick us off.
I think so.
I thought the guy that won.
Winners go first.
Oh, I'll
Winners,
go.
That's,
I'll go.
that's the
In
rule.
case we want to change something.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
After.
that's a good point.
Well, that's funny. Okay, I'll go first.
Funny. It's the truth.
It's true.
I'm going to avoid the 10K and above.
Ooh,
My top dog is Hoagie at 9,500.
95, yeah.
Then I'm going to take Mr. Todd, Brandon Todd, at 9K. I like his form. Then I've got Adam Hadwin, 3 of 3 cuts made, inclusive of a top 10 in his last time out. Then I've got Andrew Putnam, sorry.
Andrew.
5 of 5. He's made every cut he's played in so far. And then I've got Harris English.
Harry.
If you remember, year and a half ago, he was top 25 guy.
Yeah, he was
World rank.
it's kind of a surprise he snuck up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you look at his recent stats, he's had 6 events in a row where he stroke gained positive on approach. I think that's he's coming into form. I like where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wild card guy, is mid 7s, is Hayden Buckley. Hayden Buckley. If you look at his 3 of 4 cuts made last time out, a top 5 and a top 20 previous to that. He doesn't have course history here, but I just like his game.
Yep. Good. I got good on strokes gained total for Hayden Buckley. So, and he's on the lower end of things, right?
He is.
Yeah.
6,000 something? 6,000 something? What's his value?
I want to say it was 6,800.
So he's solid on analytics. No course history, though.
Correct.
So
Take a
you're
little flyer out.
Taking a little leap.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mark.
I'm next.
Yep.
All right. Here's I worked the dollars and how these guys are playing and a little course knowledge. All right. So I went with one of the big dogs. I'm going with Hovland.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just home cooking there. He obviously loves playing there. I'm going to spend the 11-2 on him.
Mm-hmm.
I found a way. I got Tom Hoagie on my team, and he's not even the second most expensive player on my team.
Wow.
Really?
I got, is it Taylor Montgomery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's hot.
Top 20 machine.
Yes. Yes.
Good on strokes gained total overall.
Fantasy points per game. He's over 90. So is Hovland. So is Hoagie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have those 3. I loaded up with those 3 guys. Then I chase it with guys that are playing well. Aaron Baddeley.
You're going battling.
Wow.
I like
Value
it.
at 6,500. He was a superstar last week. I think he's hungry.
He was on my team. I
Yeah.
should stick with him.
Why are you abandoning a guy that just made you money?
Or good call. I may modify. I like the battle A. Okay.
So far, you guys on this?
I like
So
it
far?
so far. Yep.
Yep.
So far. Then this guy at 6,800, I think he's a great value. CT Pan.
Yeah.
5 of 5 cuts made.
Pan.
He's almost 72 fantasy points per game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the 6,000, you got to find somebody that's,
That
that's the
can
reason
play.
why they're at 6,800.
Yep.
And then to round out my team, I went with a guy not too many people are going to have on their team. And this is make or break, in my opinion.
He's got to make the cut.
He's got to make the cut, but he has done that there.
Okay.
Rory Sabatini. We have our first Rory Sabatini pick
Jeez.
of the season at
Yeah.
6,300.
The fedora master out there.
Yes.
He's
he
going to be
will.
living it up. I bet you he wears a Hawaiian shirt on the first tee.
Wow.
He's in his element there.
He's not qualified for senior tour yet?
He's getting close.
He's got to be, right?
Wow. Okay.
You guys probably share the goatee look.
Yeah, I think we do. He's got more hair than I do. No, and he's the guy that he doesn't put up with slow play. So one
He's going to
time,
get it.
like
get it done.
he hit his tee shot and then walked the entire par 3 before his opponent, who was really slow. This was a decade ago. Before I think his opponent even hit his shot. He was standing up by the green waiting for him to hit his shot.
I can respect that. I can respect
Do you remember that at all?
Absolutely.
No, I don't, but that's
Yeah,
a great
I mean,
story.
His guy was dilly-dallying after they play in twosomes and it was still taking him forever.
Yeah.
So his dude was still fumbling around back on the green. Rory got up there, hit his tee shot, put his club, he and his caddy walked up to the green, and he's cross-armed looking back at the tee, just waiting for this guy to play.
Nice.
Just brutal. So, anyways,
I like that squad.
okay.
All right.
I got one guy I'm nervous about making the cut. So,
Sab?
yeah.
So
Mhm.
based on that, Mark, I'd like to back up a second.
Go ahead.
I love the battle A call because the guy's playing well. He's a
Mhm.
veteran. So I threw him in, which freed up money for me. My wild horse, my guy I think actually could win this is KH Lee,
Wow.
8,700. I was able to afford him. So he's a guy I got my eye on.
Jeez.
So I like the battle A. Thank you. I'll be thanking you next week, Mark.
Yeah. Look at this. All of a sudden, we're a team podcast now.
Well, sometimes
Helping
you
all out.
gotta hear one another to come up with the best squad.
That's true.
We should come up with a rule, though. You can't change your team once.
Well, once
Once
the
you
process
announce
is
your team,
over,
I already submitted my
then you
team.
can't.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, once you make your team,
Uh-huh.
like you announce your team.
uh-huh.
That's why the winner goes first.
Winner goes
Uh-huh.
first. I'm
Once
I'm
you
not in that.
once you announce your team, you can't change. That's the advantage of the guys that didn't win, and we get to
Well,
hear
I
your
wasn't
team.
gonna, but
Yeah.
before I started, you said you go first because in case we hear something I want to add to my team.
Yeah, but he could. You announced though.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I just did it. For next time, I won't do that then.
All right. Winner makes the rules around here. Jeez.
LJ, what do you got?
All right. Well, I'm hearing a lot of what I got. So I too, I spent the money. I went not necessarily top loaded, but I spent money. Victor Hovland. I'm kind of doing a semi course history / recent form. So Victor Hovland got on there. Tom Hoagie got on there. And then I went Jason Day.
I like it.
Spent the
Yeah,
money.
I like that.
Jason Day. I'm hoping this is his tournament turned around. I'm high on Jason Day.
He's trending.
Trending in the right direction. Then my next one, I like this kid, Zhang Dao. He's back.
Didn't he just miss the cut for you?
No, he was the one. He was the one that if he didn't shoot 4 over on Saturday, he was
okay.
going to be right there,
Okay.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
So I'm, it's 20 of 26 cuts, 6 top 10s, high fantasy points per game, 6,900. I like it. Recent form. That's my recent form. Then you go the CT Pan route. I like that one too. Great
Don't you have
value
him
pick.
too, Mark?
Yep.
I do.
So
Yeah,
You guys
we're
have 3
sharing.
of the same
We're
guys?
sharing half a team.
Wow.
To be fair, we did not make this team at the same time. So
Oh, okay.
no, I'm not listening to him. And then my flyer, my real flyer, I'm going experience and course history in Ryan Moore, $6,300.
I like Ryan Moore.
So
No problem with that at all.
no,
He's another one up there in age, isn't he?
I would think.
yeah,
Him and Sab? Who's older?
No, he's 17 years older.
Oh, you're certain about that, are you?
Yeah, Ryan Moore,
Yeah,
I think,
he's
is
like-
UNLV product.
Mid 30s,
Oh, Ryan Moore's older than that.
isn't he?
So Ryan Moore played actual shots at the Masters doing a drill that I had people work on over the
The
years.
90-degree drill.
Yeah, you just hinge it right
You
in
had
front
me-
of you.
You had me do that. Yeah.
You hinge it in front of you, and then you take the club back. He
He
played
played.
that way in a major.
Well, there's been studies that say that you don't even need a backswing in golf, right?
They studied it, and that it didn't pan out.
Oh.
It didn't play out. You need a
You
golf
need a
swing.
backswing.
Yeah,
He was born in 82.
82.
So he's
He's
40.
young.
He's 40. I was close.
You said 30 something.
I said mid 30s. That was fine.
Okay.
Roll the tape back.
So,
Yeah, so there's my squad. I feel okay about it. Honestly, not super high off the week I had last week with those guys. I felt pretty good about that squad too. But I'm not super great on that.
Chuck,
So,
if somebody's out there and they're like, "Hey, I just want more data." These guys, I like what they're saying, but where can a person go out and do research for free?
Yeah.
Without paying a whole bunch of money.
yeah, just do a Google search. And as we talked about the core metrics today, strokes gained tee to green. So if they just type in SG or strokes gained tee to green, PGA, enter, you're going to get a listing. You'll have multiple sources that list those. I would start there. You can do course history. So you could type in this particular golf course. Again, Google search. Do a previous winners, and you'll have there's 3 or 4 sites out there that already list those for you. So you'll see Victor listed, and then how many or where he finished each time he's been out there. Sabatini, how he's done each time. So there's 3 or 4 different ones that Roto Grinders is the one I use that give you that data, and it's free. If you really want to dive into the nuts and bolts detail, you have to pay that subscription. Like a Roto Grinders is like $35 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I know a lot of people do if they're really into
if they're making a living off of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there. We're going to try and distill a lot of that information down to try and get it as simple. We're a handful of guys that are looking to have fun with it. So I think that's the ultimate goal for us here.
Just having some fun.
Just have some fun.
Beating you guys week to week.
I'm going to come back. This is my week. I'm coming back. Mark my words.
Well, you
right
copied my team. Of course, you're going to come back.
Yeah. Well, learn from the best, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, another great show. We got a little bit of everything in there. We were a hockey podcast to start.
We were. I was hoping we'd talk a little Halloween candy.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, liken it to building a team. Like, what would be your number one, like your top
like
guy,
it.
like the Scotty
Yeah.
Chef? For me, it's probably the Snickers bar or the
You're a
Twix.
Snickers
No, I'm
guy.
not a Twix. Twix
No.
really isn't a candy.
What is it, like a wafer? Chocolate covered wafer
Yeah.
with caramel?
What are you thinking, Mark? What's your number one out of, like, if you had to build your top 6 candies, who's your number one?
I like the peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's solid. Week to week, that's a cut maker.
yeah, I just
I'm always picking a Reese's.
it covers a lot of angles.
Mhm.
You can justify it. You're getting a little protein with the peanut butter.
True.
It's like, well, I'm still in a build cycle here.
I just worked out
Great.
today. Here's
I'm
my
lifting.
5th Reese's cup today.
I'd have to say Kit Kat. Now that I think about it, Kit
Yeah.
Kat's probably my number one pick.
That's your number one.
I love a Kit Kat.
That's like number 2 for me. I'm Reese's and then Kit Kat. You know, it's like,
Reese's.
if I see them in a bowl, I'm gonna grab both of them, and it's kind of a toss up as to which I open up first.
Okay.
With the Kit Kat, you get to have an activity when you eat it because
You
you got to
do.
break them apart.
Yeah.
And how do you want to break them apart?
Yep.
I like that, but you got the
You
Reese's
guys
peanut butter.
don't
You got
just
to
open
peel
it
off
up and take a bite out of the Kit Kat.
Never. You got to break them
column by
apart.
column.
Column by column. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah, all those candies are getting smaller though.
they are.
You notice that?
They
Yeah.
are.
Like
The fun size. That's not fun size.
the no fun size.
Fun size is the size of my laptop.
Right.
It's the one that takes me an hour to eat. That's fun.
Right.
Yeah. We were last night. We got home late and we didn't have any
Oh,
candy.
boy.
We didn't even
Yeah.
know we were gonna, and so our lights were off basically on our house. And sure enough, some kids came to the door, and all we had were York peppermint patties.
Ugh, which
Is that what
doesn't even crack my
That's
top
terrible.
100.
It's terrible. We had no candy in the house, so these kids
Oh.
got York peppermint. Is
Yeah.
that what you call them?
Yep.
Peppermint patty.
York
so
patty,
that those were going to the parents for sure.
That's terrible.
And the parents
You
might not
might
even
be
like
the
those.
only ones that handed out York peppermint patties in Morin.
We just got home. We were making French toast and eggs at 8:30 at
Terrible.
night.
That is bad.
You're that group.
Was that or nothing?
Yeah.
I
No, we
might
weren't
have-
going
I
to
might
turn
have-
them away at that point.
Protein builder bar or something.
Could have given them some golf balls.
Could have.
All right.
Well, I mean, so you get top 2, Reese's, Kit Kat. Chuck, you're a
Snickers.
Snickers guy.
I'm a Kit Kat and Snickers. Would be my top
Snickers is
two.
good for the golf course. Again, goes back to the protein.
Yep.
Yep. Sleeper pick for me would be Twizzlers. I'm a sucker for Twizzlers.
Okay.
Pull and peel over the original. That might ruffle some feathers, but I'm a pull and peel guy. Give me the cherry. Talk about an activity.
All right.
Pull and peel off of there. So there's some candy picks, some topical Halloween fun. Kind of craving a Reese's cup now, so I might go track one of those down. But there's episode 5 for you, right on that hour mark. We're doing pretty good there. So thanks again for joining in. Make sure you subscribe, stick around for the next one, and we'll see you next week.